Hello, whiskey lovers, and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. On this sunny afternoon, I would like to talk to you about a Glen Moray release. Glen Moray is a distillery in Speyside, founded in 1897, and for the longest time it belonged to Glen Moray. You know, Glen Moray PLC, who also owned Ardbeg, and Glen Moray's claim to fame is probably the fact that it was mixed with Ardbeg, and that ended up being that famous, very much sought after Serendipity release. But in 2008, Glen Moray was actually sold to La Martiniquaise, that's how to pronounce it, La Martiniquaise. It's a French company. It's among the 10 largest companies, drinks companies in the world. You may have heard of them. For example, if you go to the supermarket, I'm sure you will find their famous blends like Edward Peel or William Peel, Sir Edwards, and Label 5. Label 5 is rather big in Belgium, in fact. Anyway, Glen Moray as a single malt, not so big, to be honest. Even in Belgium, it is still working its way up. It is still trying to, convince people. It is still trying to conquer hearts, let me put it that way. Some naysayers even call it the Auchentoschen of the Speyside. But it also has quite a bit of followers indeed. One of my good friends, Anthony, for example, he loves Glen Moray. So the truth is probably in the middle. Now, what I've brought here is not an official release by Glen Moray. No, I have, in fact, a UK exclusive. But thanks to my friend John, who, well, he brought it from the UK when he came to visit me, I have a release, a 15 years old, a single cask from Glen Moray. And this was distilled, let me peek, 2007 and bottled in July 2023 by the Thompson Brothers. The Thompson Brothers, you may have heard of them. Phil and Simon, they have their own distillery, the Dornoch Distillery. You know, in that little shed behind the Dornoch Castle, the hotel that their parents own. We were there just over a year ago. I was there, and they have a beautiful bar. Anyway, they have their own distillery. In fact, they will soon be building a much bigger one, a new one in Dornoch, but that's out of scope of this little rambling. But they're also independent bottlers. And they have these beautiful single casks. Remember when I spoke about the Auchentoschen not so long ago in Cognac? That was lovely. Now what we have here is a single cask of Glen Moray, 2007, and then matured for 15 years. Bourbon barrel, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, first fill bourbon barrel. Only 200 bottles were released, and this is bottled at 52% ABV. Whew. Let's give this one a go. The Glen Moray 2007 from the Thompson Brothers, on the nose. Oh, this is nice. This is very nice. In fact, I get some pear drops, some apple pie. Make that an apple crumble. Chamomile tea gets quite big, in fact. White peach, nicely fruity. It's got this beautiful slightly wooden touch there as well, like Japanese oak, in fact. Oh, this is quite lovely indeed. Just a slight hint of I was going to say pepper, maybe it's just spiciness. A tad drying, but quite lovely indeed. On the palate. Despite being 52% ABV, no bite whatsoever. Melon comes now. Melon, and then grapefruit. Sweetness versus a little soury note, tight bitterness there. Chamomile tea becomes big again. Some honey. Honey is there. Honey is there, definitely. Oh, this is nice. Now I get some meadow flowers. It's clearly a floral hint in there. The chamomile tea becomes quite big. It's slightly drying again. And towards the back of the throat, it becomes a bit bitter, as if I've bitten on the pith of a grape, But it remains balanced. That's the word I'm looking for. This is a very balanced whiskey, and balance is important not only in your life but also in your glass on the finish. Long, slightly drying. Some more honey, some more chamomile tea. I must say that the nose, the taste, and the finish, they're all nice continuations. It's like a three-part opera, but they're with encores. It's, well, naysayers again would say it's a one-trick pony, but even if the pony only does one trick, if it's this neat a trick, I'm not complaining. This is a beautiful Glen Moray. So a big shout out to my friend Anthony. You should try this. An even bigger shout out to my friend John. Thank you for bringing this to Belgium so that I could try this. And it's quite lovely indeed. A very good find, my friend. Thank you so much. And that, my friends, is all for this Whiskey Rambling. And I hope to see you at one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings real soon. And until then, may the malt be with you. Bye-bye.